Good morning from Montrose Old and St Andrew's Church, and welcome to our short thought for the day. Why is it that many people are apt to run themselves down, belittle their skills and achievements, and act as though they are of little or no use? Of course, there are exceptions, people who are pushy and even boastful of what they have going for themselves. But certainly in this part of the world, they're probably regarded as big heads. Perhaps we've overplayed the notion that you shouldn't push yourself to the fore. Maybe instead we're too ready to assume that others are better equipped and we take 2 steps backwards. I'm not rubbishing qualifications, education, or indeed experience, but we shouldn't imagine that without them we are of no use. And that is even more important when it comes to matters of faith. Paul, writing to the believers in Corinth, not the easiest place to be a Christian, acknowledges that not many of them were educated, not many of them were well off. They weren't people held in high regard or with real influence in society, but God had chosen to use them so that glory would come to him rather than them. He uses their hidden gifts and equips them to further his purposes of love. They didn't have much going for them, humanly speaking, so there was little chance of them becoming big-headed. But God would use them to make inroads into Corinth and among the many who travelled through it, to tell of Jesus and to bear out his love in practice. These days, even in Christian service, there will likely be a need for some qualifications and experience. Even some volunteering roles might involve some training. But we must never forget that no matter how well qualified someone might be on paper, the most important thing is our love for Jesus and a willingness to serve him and others for his sake. I've heard many people say that they aren't able to do X, Y, or Z in the church, and they mean it. It's not that they're trying to wriggle out of serving. But actually, they often fail to appreciate that they already have some of the necessary qualities and are exercising similar gifts, albeit in an informal setting. So, not seeing themselves as any good for a pastoral team, they're brilliant at talking and listening to people. They're the first to drop everything when they hear of someone who's had an accident or is ill, and they offer to go to the shops or chemist for them. God doesn't want us to be anyone else, just the person we are. He may wish to change us a bit and deepen our love, but fundamentally, he still wants us to be us. But often, he does want to take a good look at ourselves and perhaps see ourselves from his point of view. We may not rate ourselves in some aspects that he sees real potential. And he wants to work on developing traits such as patience, love, kindness, and service. No qualifications required, not in the usual sense we use those words, but a heart open to love Jesus and to serve him and others is a pretty good place to start. Please don't run yourself down or exclude yourself because you don't rate your abilities. God may well have a different view. Thanks for joining us. May the Lord bless you. Amen.